Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Early Monday morning. It's June 5th, 2023. As always, Monday mornings we recap the PWCC Weekly Auction that ended last night. On Sunday, that would have been June 4th. Before we get cranking, two things. Number one, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel. I hit 3,000 over the weekend. My goal when I started this thing, not that I'm subscriber chasing, but my goal the first year was to hit 500 subscribers, and I hit a little over 1,000. I'm about 18 months into this thing, 19 months into this thing, and I hit 3,000. That's significantly more than I ever thought in this weird little niche that I've created in the hobby. And again, I hate saying the word niche. I don't know whether to say niche and sound like a man or niche and sound kind of Frenchy, but this niche that I'm in, that I've decided to stay in, there's a lot of different ways to get subscribers on social media and as a content creator. I think I've done it the right way. I think I've done it organically. I think every one of these people, every one of you people watching that has subscribed to this channel has done it because you truly enjoy the content. It's certainly not for the audio or visual, and I don't think it's because of any clickbait tactics or choosing to talk about other people or bad-mouthing Sports Card Investor or talking about trimming or talking about cheating or frauds or scams or breaking into card shops or any of the bullshit negative stuff that we hear in the hobby every day. I've tried to stay true, transparent, and organic and talk about the things that I do know and understand, and sometimes stuff I don't understand but I'm interested in and that I think you guys would be interested in. So hopefully I'm doing things the right way, the way you guys like it. It seems to be the case. The channel's growing at a pretty quick rate, and I'm trying to do it the right way. So I'm going to stick with that. The other thing I wanted to say is, you guys know who follow my channel, I took my little under 10, under 9 super team up to Mississippi. Devastating, catastrophic championship game. 2 fluke goals for the other team. We had to leave Mississippi and drive back 3.5 hours with a silver medal, which we all threw out the window. I'm just kidding. The poor kids were all crying. It was a finals they did not expect to lose to a team that they had beaten in pool play. You guys have been there. You know that losing in the championship to a team you beat in pool play kind of sucks because you won one, they won one, but they take the gold medal. So poor little kids. Unbelievably fun weekend. It was my birthday weekend. There's no better way to spend a weekend than with your kids and then a bunch of really awesome parent friends of mine. And I was their coach. And so it was a very rewarding, nice, humbling reminder of what we're doing down here, trying to help develop kids into better men, better athletes, and spending some time with some really good people. So happy to be back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's get cranking. I don't have a lot of time, and I've got a confession to make. I can't get 96 in. I've got too much work to make up, and then I've got an eye appointment for my old eyes. You guys know I can't see real well. It's my annual appointment. We're going to do the top 48 cards and not the 96, and we're not going to look at all of them, but good Lord, stay tuned till the end, because if you've watched the last 2 weeks recap, you guys know what's coming at the top of this list. It is unbelievable. It is another week of vintage, not just records, I mean all-time, shattering all-time records, and we're going to look at all 6 of them, and I'll give you a spoiler alert. They're all 6 vintage cards in the top 6, and they're eye-popping, mesmerizing, nutso, crazy records, and I think it's probably the same seller. I don't know for sure. I'm sure somebody that watches the channel either knows who it is or can confirm it is the same seller, but somebody's getting rich buying in 2015 or 16 and then selling to vintage set collectors chasing PSA set registry glory, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to the top. All right, let's get cranking. We got a Kobe Gold Topps Chrome from 2004. That year, the Chrome Gold was numbered to 99. I can't keep track. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 99, now it's 10. But this Topps Chrome from 2004, 9.5. Mixed gem goes for $45.60. A Booker rookie card. Remember him? Everybody was all high on Booker. We thought that the Suns were going to flourish in the playoffs. Didn't work out according to expectations. This is a really cool Booker card. Serial number to 10, the Sapphire parallel. It's a BGS 9 with a 10 auto and a really interesting patch. And this card does $46.80. Right next to it, also $46.80. An interesting patch. Steph Curry from 2014, serial number to 15. This PSA 7 does $46.80, no grade for the autograph. A Jordan Star card from 1984. This is card number 195, and many of the Star cards feature Jordan in his Olympic uniform. This is one of them. This one does $46.80 and a BGS 8. Keep this price in mind. The Steph Curry 2019 Panini 1 and 1 does $4,920. Keep that in mind. That's a raw card, right? It comes encased because we're about to get to another gold that outsold it, and I want to know your thoughts on which one should have sold for higher. I don't even want to talk about it, but as I tell you every single week, even when we cap it at 48 cards instead of doing the top 100, we get a damn Scotty Barnes National Treasures RPA. Here it is again, 5,040. It's a Pop 2 card, only 3 graded higher, 5,040. Great card, really good NBA player. We need to see a step forward in his jump shot and his three-point shooting ability this year for him to truly flourish. Card number 111, everybody knows what this card is. This is the base card for LeBron. We're going to look real quick. The card has found its saturation point, in mi opinion, and it is about $5,000. This one does 5,040. Is that right, or was that? Yeah, so 5,040 last night on the PWCC Weekly, number 72. That's about the number for this card. Anywhere from 4,500 to 5,500, just depending on centering. This PSA 10 gets a 5,040. Trae Young's parallel. This is serial number to only 20. Does 5,160 BGS 9. And then we've got a LeBron over here. And the question that I'm going to pose to you guys is 2003 Upper Deck Glass. Autograph LeBron, BGS 9.5, serial number to 100, does 5,160. The Topps Chrome Pop 8 billion PSA 10 does 5,040. Wouldn't you rather have the autograph card? I mean, I don't even collect autographs, and if you just said, here, pick one of these cards, I'm taking the autograph card if the price is the same. I don't know. That's just me. I know it's BGS versus PSA, and I know it's horizontal versus upright, and I know it's flagship versus a little off the beaten path, and I know Topps Chrome is king and this and that. But this is serial number to 100, and it's autographed. It just looks like a cool card to me. Let's click it, and it is a 10 for the autograph, and it's got 2 10s for centering and corners. What Glass does grade well, but I just think that's an interesting comparison, and it's really strange that those cards sold for the same. One would think this card would be significantly more valuable. Comment below if I'm crazy. Maybe I am. I don't know. I don't know anything about that card. Another Steph Curry from Panini Limited, one of those weird nebulous products like Absolute Memorabilia and Gold Standard and a couple of the other ones. Panini Limited was truly limited because I don't think they're doing it anymore. This one's serial number to 5. It is a rookie, and it's a BGS 9, and I think it's just a patch. It's not an autograph, is it? I think it's just a patch. So it's a patch card. No, there's the autograph. Sometimes, I swear, I lose Steph Curry autographs on cards all the time. It's right there on the basketball. It's teeny tiny. It's kind of condensed. 5,160. The Barkley does almost what's expected. We're not going to look it up. Just trust me. The Barkley did 5,400. That's about where Barkley is. He's been about pretty steady for the last 3 months. Halliburton, BGS 9, 10 for the autograph from 2020. That is the same. It's a year before Scotty Barnes. This is Scotty Barnes, 910, does 5,000, serial number to 10. The Halliburton, serial number to 8. Parallel, the purple parallel, which is actually a color match because he was a king then. Now, of course, he's a Pacer, the franchise player for the Pacers. 55-20. Who would you rather have, Scotty Barnes or Tyrese Halliburton? Here's why I asked you to tuck away that price on the Steph Curry, because the Doncic sold for about $500 higher. Again, it's a Doncic second-year card. I don't know if second year matters that much, but Doncic selling for $500 more than a Steph Curry card. Are there more Doncic collectors? Or are there more Steph Curry collectors? That's the question I pose to you guys watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Does this seem right that a Doncic card, same year, same parallel, both non-rookie cards, both encased, raw cards, the Doncic would outsell the Steph? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Didn't look it up on Card Ladder. Don't know if that's high or low. But again, like I said, how condensed is that? It's almost like Steph started to initial stuff in 2010. This is his National Treasures biography, and if you look closely, it's sort of a partial logo man. Pretty cool looking card. It's a tag patch auto, serial numbered 1 out of 5 for you math nerds out there. BGS 8.5, and it does 55-20. The Jordan autofocus. So we saw the LeBron autofocus, I believe. Same exact card, same exact insert. The Jordan does 6,000 in 9.5. Also has 2 10s and a 9, just like the LeBron did. The impeccable Doncic patch auto, and these were on card. I like this product. I think it looks great. I think it looks like flawless and immaculate and National Treasures, but it doesn't get nearly the love. I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying it doesn't, but it's on card. It's a pretty cool little patch window, a 3-color patch, good looking card. BGS 9. This is the silver parallel, so serial number to 25 does 6,300 for Luka. Horizontal patch auto for Steph, flawless, does 6,300. And this is where we begin our little vintage journey again. You're going to see a buttload of vintage And you're going to see cap on a lot of these. So here's the Kareem 1976. This is the All-Star card, not the base. And we're about to see just how much of a premium the base PSA 10 for some of these cards has over the All-Star PSA 10s. The subset cards versus the true base cards in the set. This Kareem is a pop 9 in PSA 10. It's a tall boy, and it does 6,900. Even Kareem, when he's bent over, is like 6'8". So there's Kareem right there in all of his glory and splendor with his goggles front and center. I don't know how this didn't get an OC designation. Again, I know grading has changed and what you can and can't request, but this Bill Russell's a PSA 5, and it's his 1957, Bill Russell rookie card, of course. I don't know if this is one of those deals where it would either be a 7 OC or a 5, or if you can pick and choose and say, you know what, I don't want qualifiers. Back then you could say no qualifiers, and I know now I think that's changed where they don't do qualifiers. They just give you the grade. But this is a pretty off-center 5, and I don't know anything about this year. I'm not an expert on this card, but that's about as off-center for a 5 as I can find. I mean, I've just pulled cards from PSA grades that I sent in that are modern, that are getting PSA 6s, and they don't look like this off-center. So I don't know what the deal is. Let me know what you think about that. Is that a bad 5? I don't know. I guess we probably could have looked that card up in sales history, but I didn't because there's too much other vintage coming. LeBron, SP Authentics, autograph. This is serial number to 50, 8.510, does 7,500. And then I messaged my good friend Chris from Card Ladder this morning and told him, dude, this looks like it should be a 1 of 1, but it's not. It's serial number to 10. It's the Select Wave Prizm die cut. It just happens to be a black border. It's not actually a black parallel, but serial number to 10, PSA 10. Beautiful looking autograph, 8,400. It's a rookie of the MVP. Now they're 1-1 in this series. I thought that the Nuggets were going to win in 4, maybe 5. Really 5, maybe 4. I bet them a few bucks, right, just to make it interesting to win in 5. We'll see what happens. It's 1-1 right now going back to Miami. So, and by the way, you guys may notice I did a video about some new features on PWCC. It'll be coming out this week. Over here in the bottom left, that's not me. That's PWCC. Every time a bid is received, there's a pop-up that comes on your screen. Like it or not, it's coming up. I think there's got to be a way to kill those, but I haven't researched it really. So PWCC, if you're listening, some people may not want to see, Pokemon bids or Pele, bids for cards from 1970. There should be a way to opt in or opt out. We're going to look at all the Giannis rookie rainbow from Prizm, okay? Let's start with the blue. I think this is the Walmart retail parallel, the blue PSA 10, very low pop card. Here we go. We'll start with this one, down 44% over the last 3 months. Giannis, blue, pop 21, perfect condition, PSA 10, down 44%. This is the lowest sale in the last 3 months. Tuck that one away. We're going to talk about it more. I love this card. I love this card. I loved this team. This is when Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, and Richard Jefferson were with the Nets. They were high-flying. They were up and down. They were fast-paced. They were pace and space transition. And they were, this is an 8,400 true logo man, triple logo man, 1 of 1, no autographs, but logo man, triple logo man, 101 masterpiece, 8,400 for that one. Let's look at the Steph Cole Topps Gold. There it is. Sold last night for 7,250. No, it didn't. It sold for 8,700. Okay, so this is where I started to notice some issues in Card Ladder. Card Ladder's got this card reported as 7,250 when actually it sold for 8,700. I don't know, and I'm going to message Chris and have them check on this, or Christina or somebody. I'm going to message all of them because if you're not paying real close attention, you may get some misleading information. The card sold for $8,700 with the buyer's premium. I haven't done the math, but this looks like the sale price without the buyer's premium. And it's not every card where this mistake's made, but it looks like this card's logged into the Card Ladder database at the price without the premium. And if you go look at it, there it is. It's the same card. It's the same serial. It's the same date. It's the same auction. It says 7,250, but PWCC is reflecting it as 8,700. So I don't know what's what. Tread lightly, tread carefully, but no matter what, it's down like crazy from the last sale, as you can see, which was 13,200 only about 6-7 months ago. Steph market is reeling. I see this card and I think about the movie Airplane. If you haven't seen the movie Airplane because you're young and you don't know what I'm talking about, just go Google it. Go on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or Fire Stick or whatever young people use. And this is his 1976 Topps This is his base card. So this is card number 100. It's a Pop 10 card in PSA 10. But when I see this, I think of the movie Airplane, where Kareem was great in the movie Airplane. You just got to watch it. You're going to love it. 8,700 if you like slapstick comedy. You're going to love it. 8,700 for that Kareem. Same set, same base card, different player. Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete, of course, the great Pistol Pete. Some of the most flair in the history of NBA basketball. Card number 60, also similar pop. Pop 11 for this tall boy does 8,700. So 8,700 for those two right there. Set collectors chasing those, no doubt. The Luka Doncic Optic Black Gold autograph from Choice Optic does 9,300. That's serial number to only 8. The LeBron X Fractor in a 9.5 from Bowman Chrome does 9,300. Let's look up the next in the long line of Giannis colored parallel rookie cards. We looked up the blue. It was down. The lowest sale in the last 3 months, down 44%. Okay, here's the green, which is a little bit more common, but it is a color match. A little bit more demand for this one. Also down 25%. Also the lowest sale in the last 3 months. So now it's not just the blue that's down, it's the green that's down. We've got a trend. The All-Star autograph from Upper Deck Black. This is the gold parallel serial number to 15 for Jordan. Does 9,900 in a BGS 8. Steph's two Steph Flawless patch autographs next to each other. I'll be honest with you, I see a lot of these, man. I don't know how rare these Steph Flawless autographs are, but God, it seems like when I do these auctions, correct me if I'm wrong, we're seeing 2, 4, 6, 8 of them in the top 100 every single week. I worry about that. I worry that their serial number to 5, their serial number to 10, their serial number to 25, their serial number to 50, their serial number to 99. There may be thousands and thousands of them out there. I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound like an overreaching number, but I gotta believe there's high hundreds, if not thousands, of these autograph patch flawless, and I get it that it's game use. I get all that stuff, but man, it seems like there's a lot of these. Seems like there's more of these than there are Scotty Barnes National Treasures RPA parallels. More Giannis. This one's got the NBA gold sticker. It is a Prizm Red, which was the Target retail exclusive. 10,800 for this one. Let's check it. We saw the blue was down. We saw the green was down. The red is down just exactly the same amount as the green over the last 3 months. 25%, starting at the 12,000 number. Lowest sale in the last 3 months. It's not just an anomaly. It's a trend. Next, we got the LeBron Refractor Rookie BGS 9.5 Min Gem, 10,800. I remember when this card was selling for buku money. Not anymore. Steph with a little inscription. It's a 1 of 1. Now, this is a cool card. This card would mean a hell of a lot more to me than either one of these cards. Again, I'm sure I just offended somebody and made an enemy in the hobby. But this one's 1 of 1. Not that makes it rare anymore. Not anymore. 1 of 1s are not rare. We know that from Flawless. Thank you. But this is an inscription, which is pretty cool. It says Dub Nation from 2019. It's personalized. It's a masterpiece, and it is a BGS 9 does 11-1. Now let's look at the Giannis Orange. The Giannis Orange 9.5. Got that one pulled up as well, down 27%. Almost on the number with the blue, the green, the red. So now we're 4 for 4 on Giannis cards getting smashed over the last 3 months. He should not have lost to the Heat, but now we're seeing that maybe there's no shame in that, because every time everybody counts the Heat out or takes them for granted, they do some stupid bananas deal where they shoot 50% from 3 and they beat the Nuggets last night. But the orange is really cool. The orange, that's a mixed gem, by the way. Serial number to 60, 11,100. Another Kobe Chrome gold refractor. Like I said, I don't know what the damn things are numbered to. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 99. This one is numbered to 25. Somebody needs to write a book on that, or at least a little small treatise, a nutshell for us naive collectors out there who aren't in the Topps Chrome gold game. It's real easy with Prizm. We know they're serial number to 10. With Topps Chrome, I have no clue. Every time I say it, I get it wrong. 11,100 for this one for Kobe. It's a PSA 9. This is the subset 1976 Pete Maravich, and this All-Star actually outsold the base one, and I'm going to guess it's a pop purpose, right? The pop is the reason behind it. The other one we saw was a pop 11, if I recall, and that was his true base. This is the All-Star, which should be less valuable, but the pop is 1/3, and so set registry people are doing hand-to-hand combat on PWCC Weekly every Sunday evening, seeing who's going to walk away with these incredible cards that you may not see for a decade. This Pete Maravich does 12,000. All right, we got another one. Let's see. We've had 4 for 4, right? The orange, the blue, the green, the red, all down. Forget about the Mike Baker sticker. It's not helping. They're down, down, down. What about the silver, which is sort of his flagship refractor rookie card? Up Okay, up a little bit, but that's not his sale. Here's another thing. I've got to talk to Chris and Christine. I don't understand. They pulled the other Giannis's, but they're not pulling this one. 13,260 the card sold for on May 11th. This one sells for 13,200, but it was last night, June 4th. So this one's not even in there. So I'm not sure what's going on with pulling the data from PWCC. We got to make sure Card Ladder gets on the same page. I'm a big fan of Card Ladder. I'm a big fan of PWCC. We got to get these folks on the same page and see what's going on. Maybe it'll all reconcile, but what I don't want is anybody to have misleading data, even if just for a 24-hour period. Maybe there's something I don't know. I'm going to check with Chris, Christine, and Josh and see what the deal is and make sure I'm not missing something or I'm not conveying incorrect information as to why some Giannis's are in there and some Giannis's aren't. Some of these cards are in, some of them aren't. Some of them are just without buyer's premium, some of them are. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's an error on the PWCC/Fanatics end or if it's on the Card Ladder ingestion engine issue. Jordan, PSA 9, 14,400. I think I pulled that in, just to see real quick. Not a good trend. So the card looked like it was a flat $15,000 card. Of course, every once in a while you'll get an eye appeal sticker that'll bump it a pretty measurable amount. But 16.2, 16.8, 15.3, 13.49, 12,000 last night. That is really low. If we look at the last 3 months, that's the lowest sale in the last 3 months. 42 sales. Lowest of the last 78 sales. Let's keep going. Lowest of the last 159 PSA 9s last night. Lowest of the last 292 Michael Jordan, number 57, 86 Fleer PSA 9s. That is the lowest sale of the last 293. If I told you that we found the floor, I apologize. We have not found the floor. PSA 9s are down, 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 and it's 1, 2, 3 consecutive down to the lowest price in the last 2 years in the last 292 sales last night. $12,000 on the nose, but wait, that's wrong. Let's go back. It's a 14,400 sale, and this is why it's dangerous. Because at first glance, I too looked at it, and I was like, well, we got a problem here. The PWCC Weekly on June 4th did not sell for $12,000. And I know this is the price without the buyer's premium because I can, even in Louisiana, multiply something by 1.2 for the buyer's premium and calculate that it's 14,400. So this is what you guys have to be careful of. The card sold for right on the number, 14,400, not 12,000, which makes this graph very misleading, which makes everything I just talked about very misleading. So be careful. I'm reaching out to those guys today. We're going to make sure we get this straight because we got enough bad news in the hobby. We don't need any incorrect bad news adding kerosene or adding oil, gas to the flame that's already flamed. And by the way, this is a terrible 9. I'm sorry whoever bought it, but it is. It's way off center, left or right for a 9. It's 7 worthy, 8 on a perfect day. And again, it may have razor sharp everything in the world, but eye appeal and centering is everything on this particular card. And it doesn't look like an elite 9 or even an average 9, so that also has something to do. So 14,400 is vastly different than 12,000. Let's just kind of take a deep breath and decompress. Jerry West, the logo right here, 14,400 for this Jerry West. That's a PSA 10, 1972, Pop 4. LeBron Chrome from 2006, number to 25. We know that now from looking at the Kobe. 21,600 for this PSA 7 LeBron. Is that not a badass picture or what? Wow. Good looking photograph there. Well done, Tops, on that one. And now we are at our top 6, and all 6 are vintage, and I've got all 6 pulled up, but I'm not going to pull up the particular card. I'm just going to pull up every Walt Frazier card that has ever sold in history, and I want to show you guys. Let's start with Walt Frazier. This PSA 10, 1970 last night, sells for $31,800. There it is. Second highest sale in history for a Walt Frazier. There it is, 1970 Walt Frazier, number 10, last night, $31,800. For those of you at home, that's probably a 3 Series certified pre-owned BMW. Right next to that, we've got the tall boy Doc with the afro in all of its splendor. He's sipping a little bit of whiskey while he sits out in the middle of the quarter. Doc was one of the great ambassadors of the game, a true gentleman of the game, and a hero to damn near everybody that played basketball in the late 70s or 80s. If you don't know the history of Doc and showing up and playing at Rucker Park, and Kobe's done it in his footsteps. Kobe, Durant, a bunch of guys have kind of followed in his footsteps and done stuff like that. But when Doc showed up at Rucker Park, Guys, go find the picture. I've done a video on it way back when I first started my channel. Go find the picture of the chaos and the bedlam that ensued when Dr. J showed up at Rucker Park to play out there with some of the greatest street ball legends of all time. I'm thinking of Joe Hammond, the Destroyer. I'm thinking of Herman the Helicopter Knowings and a couple of other guys that are out there. Pee Wee Kirkland, some of those guys. If you don't know those names, go back in time. Go Google it. Go Wikipedia. Go do whatever people do now. Go learn about those guys. Some of the greatest players of all time were making more money playing hoops for money and selling drugs on the streets than they could make in the NBA, and had a better lifestyle because of it. They literally allegedly they chose that over the NBA because the money was too good. This is a great card at Doc. 52,800. I do have this card pulled up by card. There's the 1976 Doc card. The highest any 1976 Doc card had ever sold for was $10,000. This one went 5x on that, right? $52,800 last night. Shattering records. Paul Silas with an E sticker, making it probably the greatest Paul Silas card in history. This guy that you're looking at right here gave birth to the worst NBA coach in the history of the league, who is no longer an NBA coach. Thank God for my flounder. Is there some damage to the right side of that case? Does that look like there's some damage over here to this card? Might want to get that one re-slabbed. Again, it's a tall boy, so it's not endangering the card, but it looks to me like the side of that slab looks like it may have kind of shattered or might be fogging up. But Steven Silas' dad, Paul, was actually a really good player. PSA 10 for this one, $66,000. What's the highest selling Paul Silas card ever? Oh, it's that one, and it's not close. That's about 7-8x the highest sale ever before that from a couple months ago. That's his 1969 rookie card, and yes, it is a pop one, and yes, it does have a sticker. Next, Al Attles. We're talking about some of the greats of the game, right? Some really great players. Walt Frazier, Julius Erving, Paul Silas, great player. Al Attles, great player, and I think he coached as well. And of course, remember, we couldn't put his San Francisco jersey logo on the front, so we just put Attles on the front because they had some kind of licensing issue. This Al Attles PSA 10, let's see. Highest selling Al Attles card ever? Check. 5x, the highest price ever sold, $65,000. Shattered record. Connie Hawkins, the Hawk, another Hall of Famer. Phoenix legend. You don't think they were load managing? Look at his fingers. The dude had to tape two fingers together at both joints, and he's got his wrist taped. I don't know if he's shooting this ball backwards, if he's taking a trick shot. I don't know if that's his actual form. I don't want to know. I do know that he's looking back over his right shoulder. I just don't know what's happening here. But I know that's a Pop 3 card, and it's a Connie Hawkins rookie, and it's a tall boy. It's a Pop 3, $78,000 for the Hawk. Shattered. 7x, the highest price ever for a Connie Hawkins card last night. And then now we've got Jerry Lucas, who looks like he's running for office in the year 2023. I'd vote for the guy. I mean, I'd vote for him given our current options on either side. But Jerry Lucas here, tall boy, another phenomenal basketball player, great NBA resume, albeit in an era that was before my time even. Jerry Lucas, PSA 10, Pop 2, rookie card, $84,000. So we went from BMW range to solid Tesla range, right? So we're buying Teslas now. Jerry Lucas Teslas. There he is, number 16 in all of his splendor. Demolished the highest price ever paid for the exact same card. I think it's the exact same card. I probably should look. Let's see. PSA 10, $945. PSA 10, $197. So a different PSA 10, and you know what? I need to pay attention. $84,000 does not have the BP in there for the record-setting card there. So it was $84,000. Card Ladder has it down for $70,000. The Connie Hawkins, $65,000. Doesn't have the BP in there. Going back to the Al Attles, $65,000. Doesn't have the BP in there, so I don't know what's going on with that. Forgive me, guys. I'll get some answers on that, and hopefully we can get that squared away. I'd rather them not pull the data yet and not have graphs that look incorrect and just have incomplete graphs than have incorrect graphs. So I'll get to the bottom of that and see what's going on with that. If you guys know something I don't know, please let me know. But some of these cards reflected BP, and some of these cards did not reflect BP, and I'm not really sure why. Did the doc reflect the BP? 62, where was I? 52.8. So the doc had the BP in there. So that's what I don't understand. There's no rhyme or reason. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. 1 through 6, Vintage City, man. All vintage, but this time it's no commons. These are all big-time vintage players. Low pop, PSA 10. Somebody is raking in filthy, filthy cash in about a 6, 7, 8 year flip. I can't call that a flip. That's a mid to long-term investment, and it is yielding incredible fruit. So congrats to whoever that consigner is. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching. Again, I hit 3,000 subscribers. That's never my goal. If it was, I would, put thumbnails, with me bad-mouthing other content creators or questioning Panini or, making stuff up about Fanatics or talking about Gary Vee or bad-mouthing somebody else in the hobby that tries to do what I do, and that's not what I do. So I'm not chasing clicks, I'm not chasing views, I'm not chasing subscribers, but it is rewarding, and it does reinforce that I'm doing something right. That the channel is growing, but it's not growing at like 2021 hobby rate, right? It's not growing out of control and organically. It's growing because it's getting better, and hopefully my content's getting better and more consistent, and I am stumbling less and getting more accurate and more entertaining. That's my goal, trying to do what I can for the hobby and do what I can for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and choosing me for this last 30 minutes and 39 seconds. Keep collecting. Hope you have a great week in the hobby. You're going to get these every single Monday. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss these. Every Monday morning, I get them out as soon as I can. Sorry I'm late this morning, but I got a lot of stuff to do. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.